First, from Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh, I am joined by G L Batra, who is the father of late Captain Vikram Batra, and he is joined there from Hamirpur. Joining him is Sudhir, Mr. Sudhir, who is a representative of the Aam Aadmi Party. He is joining him from that location. Now, Sudhir Singh Nayak of the Aam Aadmi Party and Captain Vikram Batra's father, G L Batra. Good evening and welcome. Meenakshi Lekhi, national spokesperson of the BJP. I'll introduce the other panelists. Maruf Raza, Times Now strategic affairs expert. Shakuntala Bhandarkar from Bangalore. On the screen there next to Maruf Raza is wife of late Lieutenant Colonel Ajit Bhandarkar, who hailed from Bangalore and was also a martyr in the Kargil war. We are also joined today by retired Colonel Anil Kaul. I am also joined today by Randeep Singh Surjewala of the Congress Party and Colonel V.N. Thapar, father of late Captain Vijayan Thapar. So we have a cross-section of representation on the panel. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to first begin by asking G L Batra जी, आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा और आपके साथ सुधीर जी हैं कि आपको किस बात की आपत्ति है जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कहा कि ये दिल मांगे मोर।
देखिए
जी कहिए
देखिए, ये जो बात उन्होंने कही इलेक्शन के टाइम पर, बिल्कुल
हाँ,
ये बिल्कुल पॉलिटिकल यूज हो रहा है उनके नाम का। एक तरफ वो ये कह रहे हैं कि हमें हिमाचल से 4 सीटें चाहिए हैं और दूसरी तरफ वो एक ये कहते हैं कि हम एक सम्मान के सूचक के रूप में इस बात को कर रहे हैं। तो आप सोच सकते हैं कि किस प्रकार से ये मिस यूज हो रहा है और ये बिल्कुल पॉलिटिकल यूज हो रहा है इस बात का।
किस चीज का पॉलिटिकल यूज हो रहा है? जो आपके बेटे कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा ने कहा ये दिल मांगे मोर, उस लाइन का पॉलिटिकल मिसयूज हो रहा है? आप जरा डिटेल में।
उस लाइन का पॉलिटिकल यूज हो रहा है। देखिए, मैंने अभी आपसे ये कहा कि एक और तो वो कहते हैं कि हम शहीदों का सम्मान करते हैं
जी,
और दूसरी तरफ ये जहां से एक शहीद की मदर इलेक्शन फाइट कर रही हैं, वो ये कह रहे हैं कि हमें 4 सीटें चाहिए, मतलब वो सीट हमीरपुर की सीट भी उनको चाहिए है। तो ये एक पॉलिटिकल मैटर ही है, पॉलिटिकल मैटर ही है। इट इज ऑल पॉलिटिसाइज्ड, दे आर पॉलिटिसाइजिंग।
अभी नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा है, कि विक्रम बत्रा भारत मां का लाल है, उसका गौरव और सम्मान करना। ही हैज सैक्रिफाइस्ड हिज लाइफ फॉर द कंट्री। आई एम ग्लैड द वाजपेयी गवर्नमेंट अवॉर्डेड हिम द परमवीर चक्र। वो कह रहे हैं मैं राजनीति छोड़ दूंगा मगर किसी शहीद का अपमान नहीं करूंगा।
अगर वो इतनी बड़ी बात कर सकते हैं तो एक ऐसे कैंडिडेट को वो लड़ा रहे हैं मिसेस बत्रा के अगेंस्ट, जिनके अगेंस्ट कई प्रकार के केस चल रहे हैं।
जी, मैं 1 मिनट मीनाक्षी लेखी से रिस्पांस मांगना चाहूंगा। मीनाक्षी लेखी जी, you said that as far as I know, Dil Mange More was part of an ad campaign, and the lady should know that you are referring to Captain Vikram Batra's mother, that you are not going to win an election based on whose mother you are. You are saying to Captain Vikram Batra's mother that you are not going to win an election based on whose mother you are. Did Captain Vikram Batra's mother ever say that I am fighting an election on the basis of being Captain Vikram Batra's mother? Why were you? And then you also said the martyr's words can be respected and owned by everyone. It does not have to be the private property of his family. Nobody has monopoly over the comment Dil Mange More. Were you too harsh in your response?
No, I don't know. I think it all depends on people who are perceiving it. My intention is very, very clear and evident. And my intention is that when it comes to the name of Vikram Batra, I think we all salute his memory. We all salute the fact that he fought a war in Kashmir and he died giving the highest honor to the nation. And we respect that memory. At the same time, the mother of Vikram Batra has chosen to contest elections on Aam Aadmi Party ticket. And elections are a different ball game altogether.
No,
and when you are
you drag in Captain Vikram Batra because you say elections
Party, I think I'll ask Aam Aadmi Party. I'll ask Aam Aadmi Party to disclose their stand on Jammu and Kashmir, and especially to the martyr's mother. Did they do that?
Miss Lekhi, I'll get Sudhir
The
Nayak to
political
respond. No,
thought-
I'll Sudhir Nayak, who is
thought
with
is very
Sudhir
distinct.
Nayak, who is with
And
G L Batra, will respond to what you
what's
say.
wrong with what I have said.
No, will respond to what you say. But
think he
I am
should
raising a bigger
respond.
point
He should
tonight, Miss
respond.
Lekhi, that yes, I understand there is an election.
Yeah.
Now, I understand there is a cut and thrust of an election.
Yes.
In the cut and thrust of an election, a lot of things are said, and everybody is not going to be always very civilized, and that sometimes you do hit below the belt. But to use the slogan, and after that, your comments particularly people took objection to. I'll get Sudhir Nayak to respond. Sudhir Nayak to
No,
Meenakshi Lekhi.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Can I just add one line? I'm surprised at the mother's objection for the simple reason, if her son's memory is being respected by the country, by people, even if they are fighting against her, what should be her objection? Number one. Number two, these words were coined for a soft drink company's ad also.
No, please, Miss Lekhi, it is said. It's not a soft drink company thing.
Denigrate the memory further.
No, I don't think it's a soft drink.
No,
One
I'm
second.
not denigrating. I'm surprised. I'm not denigrating
Mr.
at all.
Surjewala, before I
Why
get
will
you
I
in,
denigrate?
one second. One minute. Before I get you in, I'd like to get Maruf Raza into this debate.
This one-sided tirade is not helping.
1 second. Meenakshi Lekhi, Sudhir Nayak of the Aam Aadmi Party responding to you. We'll get everyone in. Yes, Mr. Nayak, quickly.
Yes, the first line that she has said, that elections itself is another ball game. It reeks of arrogance. Why do you think that elections and politics are prerogative of a selective few? Why cannot a martyr's mother or people from the army fight the elections and represent themselves in the parliament?
Anybody can fight elections.
It reeks of arrogance.
We have seen
Don't you think so?
fight elections.
And then the second line, what you
No,
are
it
saying,
is
just a
not.
moment,
It
Meenakshi,
is
I did not
not.
interrupt you. Please,
You have no
please let me
business to call
speak.
me.
Please let me speak.
No, but you can't
No, please
start
let me speak.
pasting
That
words on
is
my
my
face. I'll not accept
first
that.
rebuttal. That is my first rebuttal. You don't accept or you don't accept, is another thing altogether. I have given one rebuttal. My second rebuttal is about the catch line of a soft drink company, right? Ask any Indian whether they remember this line as a catch line of a soft drink company or as something that Vikram Batra told his CEO. Please ask. And secondly, even if it is a catch line, okay, let me concede that point. Narendra Modi remembered this catch line in Palampur, in Shahid Captain Vikram Batra Park. Can you please respond on that? Nowhere else has he used this
because there are many martyrs from Palampur.
No, so when he did that, 1 second. The point is,
there are many martyrs from Palampur.
No, please, Miss Lekhi.
And you have disrespected all the martyrs. You have disrespected all the martyrs.
Not disrespecting.
All the martyrs.
No,
बहुत गंदी आपने बहुत गंदी बात की है.
You are disrespecting.
Very petty politics. You have played petty politics.
सलाम किया तो गंदी बात की.
बहुत petty politics आपने प्ले की है.
petty politics आप कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आप उनके नाम को एनकैश कर रहे हैं. मैं नहीं कर रही.
आप क्या कह रहे हैं मीनाक्षी?
You are encashing. You are encashing his name.
Why will I encash?
Are you
Why
telling
will I
Miss
encash?
Lekhi?
Of course I respect his memory.
You people are encashing his name.
Miss Lekhi, how can you say? No, Miss Lekhi, please explain that. 1 second. 1 second. I am getting in Shakuntala Bhandarkar, live from Bangalore, wife of another martyr, Colonel Bhandarkar, who is from Bangalore and was killed in the Kargil war.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Shakuntala Bhandarkar, please. Shakuntala Bhandarkar,
yes,
Mr. Nayak, let us speak.
Yes, good evening to one and all. It's quite disgusting for me to, hear all this mudslinging happening when we are still mourning the death of Major Mukund Vardarajan. He has given his life for his country and we have hardly even mourned his death, and my condolences to the family. And here we have political parties fighting over the tagline of Dil Maange More, when Captain Vikram Batra has given his life for his country. It is, from my side as a martyr's family, it is totally disgusting. I don't know whether to weep or to just shut off my
it?
TV, you know. How do they, remember them only during their political speeches? Where are they when they, what had happened for this all 14 years? Where are they? Have they remembered their promises to the martyr's family? Please go and ask each and every martyr's family if they have got their dues. We are working as a NGO, we are working for the martyr's family, and I can quote instances where most of the grants, especially granted by the state government, has been denied. Or it's been ages.
Yes.
I have friends like Salma and Shubha who have still not got their allotted piece of land. Whereas others have been given acres and acres of land, and we can't get even an acre of land which the government has promised, you know.
You know, Miss Bhandarkar, can you hear me? This is Arnab here.
Yes.
Ma'am, I just want to say one thing to you,
I can hear you.
I just want to say one thing to you, that the martyrdom of neither your family or Vikram Batra or Captain Vijay Thapar can ever be forgotten. I am only concerned now, Miss Shakuntala Bhandarkar, I am really concerned today that in this election, we began this election saying it's an election for the future of India. And somewhere we do believe that somewhere you need to draw the line. I think both sides need to draw the line. I think the Congress party needs to draw the line as well.
Like to
but I want to ask Meenakshi Lekhi one thing, ma'am.
I would like to
I just want to ask Meenakshi Lekhi one thing, Ms. Bhandarkar, with your permission. Ms. Lekhi, you also said that Mrs. Batra should have joined the BJP instead of fighting Anurag Thakur on an Aam Aadmi Party ticket.
Correct. She has.
Because she asked
Why?
that
She has said
they
it.
should withdraw.
She has said it.
Why do you say that?
Candidate against her. Because
We have never asked to withdraw.
She said
We have
they
never
should
asked to
withdraw
withdraw.
the candidate. Mr. Batra, when I'm speaking, please allow my line. And in fact, you said just now that if BJP is so respectful to the Batra's family, they should withdraw the candidate against her. That was her statement, and I was only responding, and that was the question asked to me, that this is what she has to say, what do you have to say? I said in that case I would have happily given her the ticket.
No, but you also said at the same time, how is that consistent with your other comment where you just said to Mr. Batra that they are using Vikram Batra's name? You are saying that the father and mother are using their son's name politically?
No.
What did you mean when you said that?
Don't put it so brashly. I'll tell you what I meant. What I meant was very categorical. And when Ms. Bhandarkar has said that what did BJP do, what did anyone do for the
you said they are trying to use their name. You said they are trying to use. How can a mother and father use their son's name?
I am explaining, if you have the patience to hear me. Ms. Bhandarkar said just now that what was done for the martyrs, and I'll take you back to the statement again, to Mrs. Batra's statement, where she said VK Singh is a very nice man. He not only put a statue of Vikram Batra in the academy, but called me to unveil it. He has come otherwise to meet us. He's been nice to us, and we have nothing against him. But when he is on a political trip, he did not come to meet us, because obviously you're contesting on a different party's ticket. These are her statements. Now, coming from there and moving on to the next argument, that how are they using, I will not even tell this to the family, but I'll rather say Aam Aadmi Party selected a candidate who happens to be a martyr's mother to fight in Hamirpur.
No, not only that.
To fight in Hamirpur. What is their stand? What is?
Are we having a discussion on what?
One second.
Okay, Mr. Naik. Maybe I wasn't aware of that background.
No, you can't say that.
Allow me to complete.
You need to do your
Allow me
homework,
to complete.
Mr.
Did you tell her what is your stand on Jammu and Kashmir? Would she have even accepted your
I will
ticket?
come to that.
That is my question to you.
I will explain my stand.
You please.
I'd like to-
That is a political question.
I'd like to get in others into the debate with your permission, Mr. Nayak, and I'd like to get in Maruf Raza. Maruf, is
Go
it
ahead.
1 second? Maruf, where do you Colonel Call? I know. I'm coming to everyone one by one today. I want everyone to have their say. And Mr. Surjewala, thank you for your patience. Maruf, where do you think Mr. Modi made a mistake? Do you think Meenakshi Lekhi is doubling the mistake tonight? Maruf,
before I go on to what Mr. is said, the fact, please hear me out.
Maruf,
This country and its politicians do not respect the armed forces. They do not deserve the armed forces that we have. We have some of the finest men in uniform. They have repeatedly gone against odds and sacrificed their life. Just compare us with another democracy, the United States. Soldiers and their bodies going through streets draw unannounced crowds and come and give respect. Sam Shah, who remember, not a single political leader, especially from the UP government, went to pay respects to the dead man. We give holidays for inconsequential politicians when they die. This is Sam Maneksha's centenary year. Nobody is remembering him except a handful of people in the armed forces. Captain Batra, Manoj Pandey, many other brave men have gone down defending the country, and likewise there have been many others who are unsung heroes. And as Mrs. Bhandarkar has brought out, they have to queue up, they have to be humiliated, they have to wait.
absolutely.
To get recognition.
And you use them when an election comes for. And when an election comes for, you use them politically.
The BJP. He cannot use this language to the
And
BJP.
What respect?
Why does Mr. Modi only use Dil Maange Board? Why does he use that
my
campaign
God, sir.
cry in Himachal? Why didn't he do it in Rajasthan? Why didn't he do it in Gujarat? Why didn't he do it elsewhere? Because he's winning. He's wanting to win
He
on a
was in
martyr's dead
Palampur.
body.
He was
And
in
he was
Palampur. He was
Because
in
I'm
Palampur
upset.
and he was remembering your son. What's wrong with that?
Ma'am, he was in Palampur.
What's
He
wrong
was in
with that?
Palampur.
Yes,
all the political motives.
Then
By Vikram Batra's name.
I am sorry, I refuse to participate in a live debate where a father is crying on TV. I will not participate because I will not fall for this trap. I will
Ms.
not
Lekhi, this
fall
is
for
a
this
very
trap,
straightforward
and I'm walking
discussion.
out of this
No, it's
debate.
not crap.
It's a very straightforward discussion.
Father crying for his son.
It's a very straightforward discussion.
I refuse to participate.
It's a very
I'm sorry,
straightforward discussion.
I will not participate.
Fine. I am now. I would like to. I would like to go across to. I would like to go across to GD Bakshi. I would like to go across 1 second to GD Bakshi, please. Mr. GD Bakshi.
You should be.
Mr. GD Bakshi, in this particular case, 1 second, Mr. GD Bakshi.
I will not participate.
In this particular case,
I will
Miss Lekhi, we are continuing the debate. Miss, 1 minute, Maruf. 1 minute, Maruf, 1 minute. Maruf, 1 second. 1 second. Mr. GD Bakshi, in this particular case, my question to you is, can there be a ceasefire between all political parties on using the defense forces directly, indirectly, obliquely or otherwise, in a political campaign? How do we set the red lines here?
Firstly, Arnav, let me be straightforward and candid. I personally have lost a brother. My elder brother was killed in the 1965 war. He was also captain. Captain Vikram Batra is from my regiment. And our regiment, I would say, because Colonel Thapad is also here.
Yes.
He is a Paramveer Chakra. We have personally, I and my son have met his parents and done his life story for the other children to emulate. Very frankly, let me be very, very candid and very balanced. If you are seeking to an election in Hamirpur and Palampur, you will not forget that Major Somnath Sharma, the first Paramveer Chakra of India, came from that town. And one of the most well-known Paramveer Chakras of India, Captain Vikram Batra, the iconic face of the 1999 Kargil war, as far as the Indian Army was concerned, also came from that state and from that town. If you wish to win an election in this Veer Bhumi, I'm afraid you have to pay respect to the martyrs. With due respects, I would like to state that I do not think today Mr. Modi has disrespected the martyrs. I think this has to be said in objectivity. He is not disrespected, and even if there was an iota on that, I am glad to see his apology, which has come, I think, quite straightforward.
Absolutely.
So
But
I
do you
think
believe-
that is there.
Right,
But that having been
right,
said, I totally agree with Maroof that on the larger issue, our soldiers are being disrespected. Our sacrifice is not being honored in this country. And it is Vardarajan's case that needs more emphasis right now. Because here is a soldier who died and nobody had the time to think of him, to talk of him, or even to remember his sacrifice. We have sacrificed, we will continue to sacrifice.
Mr. 1 second, please. General Bakshi, keep in mind and let if emotions are running high, let it be. Let people speak from where they stand tonight. Everyone has a right to speak from where they stand. I only am raising a couple of quick points. I see 2 hands go up. I know Colonel Kaul, I haven't come to you, and I know that Colonel Thapar, I haven't come to you. I'm just coming to you, Mr. Surjewala, I will come to you as well. The question is, Dil Maange More is not a cola tagline today. It is deeply associated with Captain Vikram Batra. A.
Absolutely.
Secondly, did the family of Captain Vikram Batra ever say that the slogan is the family's private property? Thirdly, would the BJP spokesperson Meenakshi Lekhi have reacted differently if Kamal Kant Batra, his mother, was not contesting against the BJP on an AAP ticket? Had Kamal Kant Batra not been in politics, would the same things have been said? Is that therefore not a reaction? Is the aggression not a result of Vikram Batra's mother being a political adversary? And the mother has spoken of social service being the reason she joined politics. She is not wearing Captain Vikram Batra's badge and saying I'm fighting the elections based on whose mother I am. And if a martyr's mother is fighting the elections, what's wrong with that?
Different question.
In this state,
I'll ask you.
Meenakshi
I'll ask
Lekhi
you a
has
different
not done her
question.
homework.
I'll ask.
She is a teacher.
I'll ask you
respected teacher.
before
15
making
years she has worked
before making comments, kindly keep quiet and start listening with an open mind. If the gentleman called Major Somnath or Captain Somnath,
Now let both sides speak.
who's sitting here,
Mr. Nayak, let her speak. I'll come back to you. We'll have everyone on. Yes.
If their names had been invoked, would the family have objected by saying that it is being politicized? You're only giving respect to the memory of a martyr. What is wrong with that? Now, when you are labeling me that my words came because she's contesting on AAP ticket, my question back to her would be that all the martyrs' family, if General Bakshi's brother's name was being invoked, would they have objected if they were apolitical? Answer would be no. They are happy if politicians remember. In fact, Maroof's question is that the martyrs are not respected and are not remembered. If politicians start doing that, there is nothing wrong with it. That is my point.
1 sec. Now I'm going across to Randeep Surjewala, please, to get a quick counter. Mr. Surjewala. Yes, okay, Maru.
Why only do it during elections?
Okay, the question is why do it during elections? 1 second. Why do it during elections? And 1 second. 1 minute.
I think it's a good thing Mr. Modi is supporting the cause of martyrs, but only don't do it in elections. Do it the whole year round.
I agree with you.
That is what is upsetting.
I agree with you.
That only soldiers and taglines are being remembered.
Miss Lekhi,
can I answer?
Miss Lekhi, 1 sec. One minute, please. No, 1 second. I put it in context. Miss Lekhi. We can have an extremely. Miss Lekhi, I just want
that we do not even have a war memorial for the martyrs in this country,
One
and
minute.
this is the only
Miss
country,
Lekhi.
and nothing
5
can be
years
more
BJP
shameful.
No,
than
no, no,
this.
Miss Lekhi.
I've been fighting
5
over
years
the
BJP
naval
was in
ship,
power, BJP
Miss
which
Lekhi,
has
we
been
are not talking
dismantled.
about naval ships or the war memorial
I've
right
been
here. The
fighting
question
over
is this.
these issues. These are
No, no, one second.
your
Please,
issues
Miss
and
Lekhi,
my
now listen to
issues.
me, please, Listen
And
to
it is in
me. Let me establish the context of this debate, please.
Hello?
1 second.
Yeah,
Yes, Shakuntala Bhandarkar.
Miss Meenakshi. Yes, Miss Meenakshi, I would like to correct you. For once, the government of Karnataka has remembered the martyrs of Karnataka, and we have a national military memorial in Namma Bengaluru, and also we have the longest flag mast there, hoisted there on in the National Military Memorial.
Yeah,
Secondly, I would also like to tell you, when you are doing it, when you are remembering the martyrs, why couldn't you focus on the development issues of their families, and what are the developments you are going to do towards the defense services?
Right,
We have so many submariners who died because of lack of battery. What do you say for all
I
these
want
things?
to-
That is of course during the UPA
I
government.
come back
Why
to
couldn't you counter it?
No, one second.
Counter it.
Meenakshi Lekhi, 1 second. 1 minute, Miss Bhandarkar, before she replies to you, and Meenakshi Lekhi, before you reply to her, just listen, Miss Lekhi. Miss Lekhi, please listen. We have 2 other panelists on the debate. I haven't even gone across to them. Miss Lekhi, just remember one thing, please.
People responsible for this bad
Miss Lekhi, remember one thing. Just remember one
I've
thing.
been questioning their existence.
Meenakshi ji cannot continue to
I am
have a
with
say
you.
in the entire program.
Miss Lekhi, I want to remind you of a few things. Sandeep Surjewala coming to
entire
you. Now, Miss
question
Lekhi,
is
remember and
to me,
listen to me.
Mr. Surjewala.
And let me tell you, Miss Lekhi, if you say I'm going to walk out and all that, that's okay. But I'll make a couple of points and you listen, please.
I couldn't see the father.
Please, Miss Lekhi, that was Maruf Raza. That was Maruf Raza who was emotional. And Maruf is a full-blooded army man. He has served the country. His record is there for him to see, and therefore when he speaks, he speaks from his heart, and he speaks with passion, and he does not make up what he says. I say today Maruf Raza speaks from his heart, and therefore you must listen to him. And the other thing is, Miss Lekhi, please remember the facts. Just hear me for a minute. 1, it was said in the context of Vikram Batra. 1. B, it was said at a rally in Himachal Pradesh, where his mother is fighting against a BJP candidate on an Aam Aadmi party ticket in Hamirpur. So it was not a comment made in isolation, there is a context, right? Second point, Yeh Dil Maange More was said in the context.
It was with political motive.
When Vikram Batra said Yeh Dil Mange More, he did not say it for political gain.
Also came with the political motive.
When
sir.
Vikram Batra said Yeh Dil Mange
Objection also
More.
came with the political motive. That is my question.
Miss Lekhi,
That is my question.
Miss
You are
Lekhi,
talking on the time of election only.
please, Miss Lekhi, please listen here. This statement, this
not
Dil Mange
talking
More
only,
was
sir,
not
at the
used by
time of
Mr. Modi
election. Please
earlier.
Don't make such false statements.
Miss Lekhi, please listen to me, please. I am now going across to Colonel Anil Kaul. The fact is, this statement was made in Palampur, a town just 64 kilometers. You check from Hamirpur, which is the constituency from where Vikram Batra's mother is fighting from. So if there is an attempt to seek political mileage from the comment, that's the charge being made here. Right, so there is a strong context to it. Modi denies it, you deny it, fine, but listen to the other side.
With the political motive.
Colonel Anil Kaul wants to come into the debate. Colonel Anil Kaul, Randeep Surjewala after that, right after that.
Yeah, I like to put it in a different perspective. I'd like to get away from this line of debate totally. Captain Vikram Batra and martyrs like Colonel Thapar's son, late Vijayan Thapar, symbolize the martyrs of this country.
Absolutely.
And they are all held in high esteem, not only by people in uniform, but even outside. Why, in what context did Vikram, the late Captain Vikram Batra, Paramveer Chakra posthumous, say Yeh Dil Mange More? He said it in the context of fighting his enemies and trying to get a better result than what he had achieved that far. I've been into that kind of combat. I survived. But today, I feel that this comment by Mr. Modi leads to a bigger poser. अगर आप दिल मांगे मोर, तो हम भी दिल मांगे मोर, Mr. Modi and the BJP. And that is OROP, National War Memorial, Pay Commission representation. हमारा भी दिल मांगे मोर.
Absolutely.
Is Meenakshi Lekhi willing
Absolutely.
to grant us that dil mange more in return for this comment?
I think Mr. Colonel Anil Kaul, you are completely straying away from the issue at hand. We are still on a subject and you are talking about your demands. Agreed, those are relevant, but don't stray from the subject itself. I'd like to get Randeep Singh Surjewala.
I am sorry, I am not straying from the debate.
Colonel Thapar,
The word dil mange more has to be seen in context.
there is no trade-off.
It is
when
not
Captain
out of context.
There is no trade-off, Colonel Anil Kaul.
Captain Vikram Batra,
On a martyr's words.
Vikram Batra was,
No, Colonel Anil
was a
Kaul,
soldier of this
let it be
country.
understood. There can be no trade-off
It is
on a
a soldier
martyr's
of the
words.
country. Don't take a negative view, Arnab.
Anil Kaul
I'm sorry,
is
take a
talking
positive view of the
But
statement.
don't have a
Do not
trade-off.
always take a negative view
Okay,
of the subject.
now Mr.
What
Surjewala.
about Mr. Farooq Abdullah?
Mr.
What about
Surjewala.
Omar Abdullah? What
No,
have
one
they gone
second.
and done?
One second. The
What about
question.
the Kashmiri party? I mean, there are so many things one can talk
Mr.
about.
Surjewala
But you
says-
must learn to take the positive
Mr.
view and not the
Surjewala
negative
says
view.
tonight-
And Mr. Batra, I fully
Absolutely.
sympathize that you lost your
after
son.
Ms. Bhandari
You lost your
also.
son. I'm sorry for that. I fully respect Paramveer Chakra. I am a Veer Chakra myself. I fully realize, I fully understand. But let's look at a positive view. Maybe today it has
Colonel-
woken up a lot of these politicians, including
Randeep
Mr.
Singh Surjewala.
to consider
Randeep.
what the armed forces are.
Okay, fine.
all
Colonel Kaul, I get your point. Now, please, let's get the.
does not have the right ex-servicemen or the families of the martyrs to come into the politics.
My question.
Everybody has got the right
No,
to
they
come
have the right.
choose the field of
But they
action.
have to face politics in their own
democratic
way.
all
country.
your grants,
Don't
all
make
your
political
grants,
objections.
all your
Don't make
benefits
political
come out of
objections.
politics.
That is the
They come
point.
out of parliament. They come out of
Colonel Anil Kaul, I request you now, do not ever have a trade-off on the subject. Out of respect for Colonel Vikram
sorry,
Batra, I
there is
respect
no
you a lot.
trade-off.
No, we will not have a trade-off on the
I
subject.
do not agree
Now
with
my
you on
question
this.
is,
There is
1
no
minute.
trade-off.
And firstly, don't have a trade-off on the subject. What Captain Vikram Batra said and did for the country has to be respected. Anything said on the show has to have the red line of respect for Captain Vikram Batra. My question is to Randeep Surjewala. My question is to Randeep Surjewala. Randeep Surjewala says that he has denigrated the memory of a martyr. The question will be put to you, sir. What is your standpoint? What did you do? I remember on this program, Randeep Surjewala, we did 4 or 5 debates and programs on Captain Saurabh Kalia. I want to ask you today, right? The family of the martyr has a right to object to what Meenakshi Lekhi says and object to what Narendra Modi says. What about the Congress party? Even when you were goaded and pushed on the issue of Captain Saurabh Kalia and fighting for him when a family said, go fight for me. Your government did absolutely nothing. Salman Khurshid did nothing. And I don't even want to say, but I must say the Prime Minister of India did absolutely nothing. So when you take a position today, you take it from purely the view of political advantage. You don't do it genuinely.
Arnab, let me begin by first saluting father of Vikram Batra, who is on this channel. Sir, we salute you and spirit of your family. What has happened and transpired,
Thank you. Thank
Mr.
you, sir.
Modi in this election is either known for his childish remarks or for denigrating his opposition. But he has crossed the final line when he tried to politically usurp the memory of a martyr. Doesn't matter that his mother is contesting from a political party, she has every right. And Arnab, I want to tell your viewers today that Mr. Modi, in case of honoring the soldiers of this country, is a habitual offender. As early as 2 months back on 27th of February 2014, while addressing traders, a meeting of traders, this is what he says, and I just want to quote one line. he says more than our soldiers. It is our traders who are known for their
Will you, Mr. Kaul, why are you there? 1 minute. Mr. G.D. Bakshi and Anil Kaul, I want to ask you there today. Did I ask you to come into the debate at this point? 1 minute, please. Mr. G.D. Bakshi and Colonel Anil Kaul. Why are you
when Mr. Narendra Modi questions the
are you there? 1 second, both of you. 1 second. Now please listen to me.
Nothing more
and let Randeep Surjewala
and
continue.
there can be nothing more denigrating and derogatory. What Mr. Narendra Modi did today, repeated his 27th February 2014 statement where he feels that our soldiers do not take risks. I want to tell Mr. Modi today, and I want to tell
you didn't answer my question on Saurabh Kalia,
whom we respect a lot,
you didn't
when
answer.
she says that the family of Captain Batra is today encashing his memory, when Meenakshi ji today says it's a trap, when Meenakshi ji today turns around and tells that his mother should have joined BJP, I think we are belittling the memory of
I want you to explain that comment.
Country.
No, I want you to, by the way, one second.
Amount of politics.
Mr. Surjewala, you had your say.
So any amount of politics or one-upmanship,
No, one second.
Meenakshi ji should ever make us do that ever.
1 second. Now I'm letting 1 second. You please listen to me. I'm letting Colonel V.N. Thapar in, please. Colonel V.N. Thapar is responding.
It's not a
only Captain Colonel V.N. Thapar. Colonel V.N. Thapar.
February 2014.
I just don't want to respond to Mr. Surjewala at all.
Do you agree?
Mr. Colonel Thapar is responding, please.
That soldiers do not
I
have...
don't
Mr.
want to
Surjewala,
respond
minute,
to Mr.
please.
Surjewala at all.
Will you answer? Will you?
I just don't want to respond to him. What I just want to make a submission
or not
to everyone. Okay, and my very small submission is that it's not the death alone in the battlefield that or elsewhere that makes a martyr. It is the cause for which he dies. He dies for this country. Do you know what Manoj Pandey has said?
Absolutely.
He said India is an idea worth dying for. We are not dying for a region. We are not dying for a religion. We are not dying for a language. We are not dying for a political party. And all the political parties have stooped so low today that they will not leave anything which can give them any political advantage. I will only request you that as a nation, as political entities, kindly keep the army and more particularly the martyrs out of it. The martyrs have been insulted time and again.
Absolutely.
So, Colonel Thapar, 1 second. Colonel Thapar, can I ask you here? 1 second. Colonel Thapar, 1 second, G.D. Bakshi, please. Mr. Bakshi, please listen. Calm down.
General Bakshi.
The question is, General Bakshi, please. Usually, why don't you understand here? You see, I am not talking here of a comment that is made elsewhere. Colonel Thapar knows this comment. Colonel Thapar is made in a political speech, in a political situation, in a particular state, in a place close to...
At least he has remembered, the martyrs. At least he has remembered the martyrs. How many of the congressmen have remembered the martyrs of the Aam Aadmi Party?
But is it necessary to do that? Is it necessary? The question asked.
Pay respect.
The question asked tonight is it necessary to do that in a political context? Is it possible to fight an election? Is it possible to fight an election? Colonel Anil Kaul, is it possible to fight an election without dragging martyrs into it? And especially when they are in an adversarial situation.
Of course.
And
their guiding spirit.
So
spirit helps.
Meenakshi Lekhi, my question to you is,
If their guiding spirit helps,
so
if their guiding spirit helps
and the manner in
the
which
country
BJP
to understand that you are looking for excellence,
If
you are looking for unity,
of
you are
Captain
looking
Batra
for
by saying that
better
they are
status,
encashing his
then why not?
I have a few questions for Ms. Lekhi.
If you are going to pay respect, I do not mind.
General Bakshi, a minute. You appropriate You appropriate a certain comment and use it in the context of a political drive. You see, the question
into action.
I'm saying I would ask anybody, everybody should use that comment and remember Vikram Batra on daily basis. Is that not the fight all about?
So, Miss,
is the fight not all about
Miss,
that all
you know, Miss Lekhi,
You're again insulting him. I won't accept that.
Miss Lekhi, Miss Lekhi, what
I think you should question Mr. A.K. Anthony. When soldiers' heads were brought,
Miss Lekhi,
he said,
why? Can I just, 1 second, I just want to ask Miss Lekhi a couple of questions, please, if you remain quiet just for a minute. The question is, Miss Lekhi, the question is, there is no record of this slogan being used on a daily basis. You say uses on a daily basis, use it all the time. I want you tonight, Miss Lekhi, to tell me one instance in this entire general election. 1 minute. One instance in this entire general election campaign. Tell me once when this statement has been used. Give me once when it has been used. Except in the martyr's own constituency in his own state.
Because
and on a park which is named after him.
And in a park which is named after him.
September 2013.
That's right.
13th September 2013, when the elections were not even held or rallies were not even held, the first rally which Mr. Modi held as a prime ministerial candidate was for ex-servicemen, and he spoke in great details about his
I want to ask you, therefore, I know when that rally was held on the 16th of February. On the 16th of February, Meenakshi Lekhi, if you listen, it will be good. If you listen, it will be good. My question to you, therefore, is very simple.
And
I'm sorry you are not able to defend your
Miss Lekhi,
when she said,
Miss Lekhi, listen to the question.
Memorial has been made in Karnataka.
Miss Lekhi, do you not want to answer the question tonight? I think you should answer the question. My question is very simple.
Whichever area, if I travel to Amethi,
Miss Lekhi, answer the question.
I went to the martyr's home.
Miss Lekhi, there is a second follow-up question. I understood your answer to the first one. My second follow-up question is very simple. Miss Lekhi, my second follow-up question is very simple. Very simple. Now it's very simple. Listen to the question. It's very important you answer this one. It's very important. This is a very important question. You must answer. 1 second. Miss Lekhi must answer the second question. 1 second, Mr. Nayak. Please, Mr. Nayak, for a minute. Please, just a minute. I have one question to ask Meenakshi Lekhi. Please be quiet. And then this will answer everything, right? Miss Lekhi, answer this question.
You need to give me time after this.
Yes, Miss Lekhi, please remember this question. 1 second. The question is simple. On the 16th of February, when the rally was held in Hamirpur, Kamal Kant Batra, Captain Batra's mother, had not been announced as an Aam Aadmi Party candidate. Was the Dil Maange More slogan used at that time?
May not have been.
That's the answer. So when she is announced, you use the slogan. What does that tell you?
Let me come in here.
What does that tell you? Okay, quick last words.
Jog your memory.
Quick last words.
I want to jog your memory. Kindly allow me.
If I'm traveling to Lucknow, I will remember the
you are not
local
allowing
leaders in
equal
Lucknow.
participation.
That's it. No, 1 second.
I will remember the slain soldier who came
Was
from
it used?
Amethi,
So
who was not
it was
visited by
used
anyone,
only after the
and
Aam Aadmi
if
Party
not
put up the martyr's mother as on an Aam Aadmi Party ticket. What does that reveal?
And I think had at that time, I would
request that we be allowed to have a say.
Mr. Batra or Mrs. Batra would not have taken objection to.
I think I will only say this. Let no martyr ever be used. Let the martyrs and the army men, let them be kept out of the campaign. They do not need to be brought into an election. This election is now getting into an arena where I think the army, General Bakshi, please. General Bakshi, now 1 second. I am saying let the army be kept out of it once and for all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on that debate.